Hola, muy buenos dias, continuous liners. Good morning, good morning. This is Megan coming to you live from the Centro Historico in la Ciudad de Mexico. Out on a bike ride today. So look at this. I'm here overlooking the ancient Aztec ruins. Here, come take a look at this. When I first moved here, I thought, oh, wow, look at all this construction. They haven't finished building the city. It's actually the Aztec ruins that are bursting up into over the Spanish architecture, right? So I'm out here early on a bike ride, and this place is always a scene and crowded and a line. But if you get here right when it opens, you can get a nice table right in front with my delicious cappuccino. Woo! Yeah. Good morning, everyone. So I am out on a bike ride, and I brought my warm-up book, because you know what? This is a thing that helps me get through. That and bike riding, right? The continuous line warm-ups, right? Like, honestly, it's becoming more and more important to me, because it's like, I'm going to get this clip up. Let me get my hair out of the way here. The continuous line warm-ups are causing me to become a stronger drawer, because it's just strengthening my ability to draw lines, right? And it's one of these things like, oh, I thought it was kind of a cool thing to do, kind of a cool thing to do in my workshops and my classes. Like, let's make everyone do lines. That'll pass the time. And then I was like, wait a minute, look at the benefits of this thing, right? Look at what you can do when you start doing continuous line warm-ups. Here's my coffee cups from yesterday. Aren't they adorable? And look, got one in real life. Oh, shit. With a saucer. Because it's very civilized, right? Like, when you're out on the move, go ahead and get yourself one of those paper cups, or you're getting to work or whatever. But when you're able to, do this, and then draw it. Yeah, I got a table over here in the corner. And, gracias. I want to try to beat the crowds, because I know this place will fill up. It's Sunday, and everyone's going to be out milling about. But myself included, at least in the morning, out on the bike. Beautiful sights of the city. And, yesterday I taught in sketchbook school with Danny Gregory, JJ, and Suzanne. Oh, my goodness, it was super. Uh-oh, here comes the music now. Oh, my God, it's going to be super loud. Okay, well, this is Mexico, right? I do have my headphones on, so hopefully you can hear me. But yeah, I taught in sketchbook school yesterday, and it was super cool, because it's kind of weird too, because I don't see anyone. I'm in my own space, but I'm talking to an audience who I can't see, but they can see me, right? And I had a couple of technical snafus. I was a little worried at first, because I misunderstood some of the directions, which I hate it when I do that, right? So I was a little nervous at the start of the program, because I thought I kind of wrecked things. Oh, I'm hearing helicopters. I thought we were being invaded. So I was nervous, because dang it, I didn't do what I should have done, right? To have everything fully ready. But honestly, the workshop went really well. Even though I'm sitting in my room talking about myself, which like what I'm doing right now, and there's people around oh, look at that. There's that gringa talking to herself. Hi, birdie. A little birdie just flew in. I'm really good at pretending there's an audience, right? Because that's the hard part, right? Like, when there's no audience and you have to pretend like there's an audience, you gotta just go with it, man. And I love what I teach, and I love what I do. So it was, hey, Elaine Bowie, remember this restaurant? I'm over here looking at the Aztec pyramids. We were just here a few months ago. It seems. I guess that was October, right? So yeah, I'm out on a bike ride, and I'm doing some lines here. I just ordered some breakfast. I don't usually like to get breakfast out, but the cafe next door is closed. not open till 10, so I had to order some food here. That's all right. It's not the worst thing in the world to get some chilaquiles at a fine Mexican restaurant overlooking the amazing Aztec pyramids, right? Which way should this go? Sometimes I can't tell. It should be closer to me. El Mejor. That's El Mayor. El Mayor? Or yeah. El Mayor with an A. You see that? Oh, you can scan that and get the menu. And it's overlooking, there's the Templo Mayor, I almost said pyramid. That's the pyramids. That's the museum with lots of amazing artifacts. This is, you know what's so cool about what I learned about this? This is actually 7 layers of pyramids in the span of 200 years that they built a pyramid and it got destroyed or attacked. So they built another one over that ruin. And then they built another one over that ruin. And then they built another one over that ruin. They did that 7 times. Because I always was like, what the heck am I looking at here? And it's literally 7 layers of Aztec pyramids. And that's green thing is the center. Tenochtitlan, right? Super fascinating. You know what I love about the history of Mexico? Is like it's in your face, right? Like, I'm from America. I'm from Chicago. And I was mildly interested in history. But it always felt so like... Well, it wasn't even, it's like I just couldn't relate. But here, everything's in your face. You got Aztec snakes in your face and pyramids and Aztec ruins bursting out of buildings. And, it's like the history's in your face. You can't, deny it, right? You can't deny it. History, right? That's another big thing that's kind of going on right now. There's a lot of people denying history. I'm not going to get political, but that is the thing I love about living in Mexico is I feel like it's easier for me to learn because I'm very visual. I like things, I like to see it to believe it. Well, not really to believe it, but you know what I'm saying? Anyways, I better get doing my lines here because, I already fell off my page. They're playing robust Mexican folkloric music. It's the kind of music you hear in Guanajuato. In the state of Guanajuato, in San Miguel, it's very patriotic, right? Like I want to get up on my horse and go ride out to Dolores Hidalgo. Ponderosa. What was the name of that show? With the Cowboys? Is that Ponderosa? Anyways, where am I going with that? Okay, so yeah, sketchbook school with Danny and JJ and Suzanne and hundreds of people who I couldn't see. It was very exciting. And honestly, I think I kind of nailed it. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you. Yeah, it was a 2-hour workshop and I'm pretty good about having my workshop spaced out. I didn't have my color printouts. That was the thing I didn't understand. So I was a little off on that. But anyways, I think I managed okay. I was high as a kite when I got out of that because I just felt like it went so good. I was so proud of the material I was teaching. I was so proud of my continuous line. And I was delighted to see how well it was received, right? So when I got out of the class, I was like, woohoo! And I went for a bike ride. And then I came home and I basically went to bed. I went to bed at 5 o'clock. So I got up for a little bit, but I slept till about this morning-ish. And had to get back out on the bike ride, right? Because it's back to work tomorrow. And so I thought, Sunday's a good day to bike ride in Mexico City because they closed down the major streets. And so I took a nice bike ride this morning downtown, overlooking the pyramids, and just thought I'd check in with everyone for my continuous line warm-up because it was funny. In that workshop yesterday, everyone knows about continuous line, of course, right? And it's no secret, especially if you're an artist, even if you've been an artist for an hour. I would say, generally speaking, everyone knows about the continuous line, right? May not do it, but oh, look, the little bubble fountain. He just came over here and turned on the fountain. So now I have trickling water and robust, patriotic Mexican music. That's all. So, what was I saying? I feel like I was saying something of some Bonanza, not Ponderosa. That was the name of it. This music sounds very Bonanza-ish right now. I should be riding over the plains on my horse. Okay, so yeah, super well received by Sketchbook School, and they have their own platform, right? Like they don't mess around with Facebook or, I mean, they probably do a little bit with Instagram, but they have their own platform, right? So everything stays in their system, which is kind of nice because then I was just pretty easily able to take a look at what folks have done, and I'll be into aquí por favor. Gracias. Perfecto. Yeah, gracias. My chilequiles are here, but I'm not touching them until after it's Mother's Day this week. In Mexico, it is always on May 10th. Always, always, always. And I know that it's already started here because I just see a lot of motherly. I mean, I know it's big in the U.S. too, but I think it's next Sunday, right? It's always on the Sunday. Here it's on the 10th, no matter what. And so it's this Wednesday, I believe. And already I see, like, the sales going on and like where you have brunch. So this place is going to be rocking in about an hour with everyone just being out with their families, right? It's springtime. I feel like I got a little distracted here with what I was saying. I don't even remember what I was saying now because there's people hugging their mothers and grandmothers right here in front of me, and I'm trying not to be that obnoxious gringo that's like, blah, 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 let me talk to my phone because it's the most important thing in the world while everyone is surrounding me with their families and people they love, and I'm here with my phone. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. Oh, now here come the church bells, because why not, right? Okay, so yeah, Sketchbook School has their own platform, right? So their own system, so everything stays in there, and which is kind of nice, right? Because it's very well organized. I can see why they spend a lot of time and effort in making sure their recordings are well produced because they want their people to have easy access not only to the workshops but how to do the workshops, because every artist medium is going to have their own set of materials and what you need and what you got to do. And literally for mine, you need a big pen and you need a Sharpie, and you need some copy paper, right? But then you want to have your urban sketching materials too, right? So they have that all very well organized. Oh my God, is it getting like super loud because church bells and there's no one sitting next to me on the other side, but that'll change any moment now. So, yeah, the continuous line warm-up, right? No one's more surprised than me at how effective of a tool it is, right? Because it's super easy, super elementary, and also one of the easiest things in the world to forget, because you're like, who's thinking about continuous line warm-ups? Usually as an urban sketcher, you just go out and I'm going to go out and I'm going to go sketching with my friends, and then we're going to go have lunch or whatever, right? Or with my city group, right? So having developed this curriculum of doing these continuous lines daily, they're my morning pages, right? It kind of helps me get grounded in my mind and my body. I mean, bike riding, and, I talked about in the workshop yesterday, I do some yoga as well. All these things for me are very necessary for me to stay grounded, right? I mean, I am in Mexico City by myself, and I'm surrounded by tables of Mexican families, right? And they're I know that whole family thing, that's no easy path to spend all your time, to spend time with your family, right? But it's huge here in Mexico City, and I had a Mexican man ask me once. He said, he's like a business owner. He bought one of my paintings, and he's like, "Do you go out and eat by yourself?" And I said, "Yeah, I have to. Otherwise, I would just be in my house all the time." And he goes, "That's amazing. I can't imagine doing that." And I was like, "Really?" I mean, this guy was a restaurant owner, right? And he'd never gone out eating by himself. And I see that here in Mexico. It's a lot of like friends that are gathered and families, and they're in their do I say clan? Do I say their tribe? Right? Like they've got their clan. And when the holidays roll around here, the whole thing shuts down. It's really that's what happened on Christmas Day, and why I tripped into the continuous line, because I was like, oh my God, I had no idea it was going to be so severe. Like, being from the United States, like at holidays, that's when the malls are open, right? Oh my God, let's not talk about malls, because you can't even go to a mall in America anymore. Anyways, yeah, very sad news out of the United States every day. And I have people that cancel on workshops, and they say, oh, I'm too afraid to go to Mexico. And I'm like, really? You live in the United States, one of the most violent countries in the world. Oh, freedom. Oh my God, I'm getting political, so let's not go there. Anyways, okay, yeah, so here comes the table next to me. So I'm coming to the end of I'm not coming to the end. I mean, I don't have to stop doing it. I'm going to stop and have a sip of coffee, though. So you want to see my chilaquiles? I don't usually eat breakfast, but out. But there's my chilaquiles with steak, because I'm a big believer of eating protein. I don't really like the chilaquiles because in my mind it's just leftover tortillas that they're trying to do something with, which that's what they are. But everyone's crazy for them, right? Crazy. And this is like a fairly fancy restaurant. They made them kind of fancy. On the street you can get them for 50 pesos. This one is I think this was 170, which is under $10. But still, out in the street you can get them for like $2. It is kind of the breakfast of Mexico, right? The chilaquiles. And it's a beautiful brothy sauce that they pour over the chilaquiles that breaks it down. And then they put eggs and onions and crema and queso. And you can usually get eggs on it, but I like to put protein on it too, because I'm a protein gal. I'm a steak gal. I'm a beef gal. Salud. All right. Hey, there's Brian Wright. There's Cheryl. Hi, everyone. Hey, Brian, I'm coming to Chicago. It is confirmed. I will be there at your Chicago symposium. I'm pretty excited about it because I just confirmed my flight and where I'm staying. I'm going to go see my friends up in the Wisconsin border and spend some time in Chicago drawing everything, continuous line. I'm super excited. So it feels good. Last time I was home, it was a long time ago. I was there when the Cubs were in the World Series, and that was like a whole lifetime ago because Barack Obama was president then. So look how much has changed since then, right? That was the last time I was in Chicago. So I haven't seen any of my family or friends. And honestly, I'm super excited about it. My sister-in-law is already selling my painting, so I have to get her some more painting. I'm have to do a whole farm series, right? I'm doing what did she have me doing? Tractors. Her husband's a tractor puller guy. So anyways, yeah, I'm very excited to be going to Chicago, and then I'm going to be going to Ireland later this year. Oops. Hopefully, God willing, right? God willing, I can keep it all together. And, I'm having some difficulty filling my workshops because people are afraid to come to Mexico right now, which I'm just like, wow, that's so okay. And so I have to find other ways to do my thing, and which that's what I'm in the process of doing, right? I'm going to start curating some online classes. And, maybe I'll do more with the sketchbook school. That would be exciting. But regardless, the thing that I want to do is just inspire and encourage people to find their way through drawing, right? I think it's a great way to be in this topsy-turvy world. There's so much, honestly, to worry about in this day and age, right? I mean, I looked at the news. There's just like some really tragic things that are happening, right? I mean, there's some good news too, for sure. There's good things happening. But that bad news really is the loud front and center stuff, right? And so I just found it very, 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 very much a priority to prioritize my time spent drawing and doing line warm-ups and some stuff like that, because not only like, oh yeah, I want people to sign up for my workshop. Yeah, of course I do. But it's also like, it makes me feel better when I draw. When I do these line warm-ups, afterwards, I feel better. I'm more grounded. I'm more present. I don't feel so insane, right? I do live in Mexico by myself, Mexico City. I mean, I have some acquaintances, right? But sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. And honestly, I think the whole world is a little overwhelming right now, right? Looking at the state of things, it's like, ooh, the gun violence is just so horrendous, right? Horrendous. And it seems like with each massacre, we get access to more of the gory details. I heard some details about the shooting yesterday that I don't think I'm going to be able to forget, right? And so it's easy to feel helpless about the state of some things, right? And a way for me to not feel helpless is to draw and encourage other people to draw, because it makes me feel better. I've seen the magic firsthand of what it does for me. And so I like to encourage others, right? Like, don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about being accurate. Just do your line warm-ups. Don't draw anything. Don't draw anything, right? Like, be very loosey-goosey about it, because once you start drawing things, that's when your ego comes in and starts to tell you things, right? So these line warm-ups are really just to kind of get the noise out of the way. And your ego can't be like, oh, you're not drawing that now. And your ego can be like, hey, you didn't draw that straight line. Nobody cares. Who cares? Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares if you can draw a straight line. I mean, I'm sure we've all heard it. Oh, I can't draw a straight line to save my life. So funny, right? So funny. Nobody cares if you can or cannot draw a straight line. Now, if you had to draw a straight line to save your life, I bet you could. I bet you could draw a straight line to save your life. But very few of us get asked to draw a straight line to save our life, right? Oh, I can only draw stick people. Nobody cares. Honestly, nobody cares. So, and I don't mean that super callously. I just mean don't tell yourself that. You're just adding a barrier. You're just adding to your story reasons why you can't do something that maybe you want to do. And so you're just telling yourself excuses. So, nobody cares. And why don't you just start doing some line warm-ups, right? Just start making some lines, right? Honestly, the best way just to get over yourself and over your fear is to fill your page with some lines. That's what I'm doing right now. And you know what is so funny? I can see that my breakfast is like, it's best to eat it hot, right? And all of a sudden I was like, oh, I want to eat my breakfast. So all of a sudden I just went into high gear, like, I want to eat my breakfast. And then I'm going to get back on my bike and go on home. And I got some work to do today, so that's what I'll be doing. Oh, first I'll go get my vegetables and stuff for the week. It's the Sunday organic market, so I like to go do that. Go get my veggies and some meats for the week. And then I'll be home working. Now, finish big with a heart. Finish big with a heart. I think that's muy importante. Finish big with a heart. As a reminder, go easy on myself, right? I'm like bonkers half the time. Not bonkers like where I should be like medicated or hospitalized, but just, I worry. I worry about, like, am I going to be able to make it here? Can I support myself? Can I, like, build a business? My whole business, like, collapsed, right? So can I do this? Well, I'm trying. So Go easy on myself. Go easy on myself. And go easy on others, because everyone is fighting a battle that we cannot see. Everyone is fighting a battle that we cannot see, right? So go easy on yourself and go easy on others. And now I am going, whoa, I just dropped you all. Let me put this up here a little bit, because it's starting to heat up here. Let me see if you can see that. Oh yeah, look at that. This is a beautiful restaurant. I love it. Overlooking the beautiful Aztec pyramids in downtown Mexico City in the Centro Historico. I am the only person that is sitting at a table by myself. I am the American, right? Like, that's what happens is like, it's not just about being American, but I work online, right? And so I have the chutzpah to come into this restaurant by myself and talking to my phone. Whereas everyone else is here with their mothers and their grandmothers. There you go, everybody. Finish big with a heart. Go easy on yourself. Go easy on others. Do your continuous line warm-ups. Look at this. Here's what I'm going to do right now. Is that big enough? Is that a big enough breakfast? Oh, my goodness. A lot of it is tortilla chips, which I don't really eat. But I'm going to eat some today, and then I'm going to get back on my bike, and then I'm going to see many of you in the continuous line fundamentals tomorrow. Either that or in the recording. I love that so many of you are enjoying the recordings, right? And then I see your work online, or sometimes you send it to me. I would prefer that you share it with the group, because it's good to see what people are doing, right? I mean, I like to see it, but go ahead and share it in the group, right? Everyone, have a wonderful Sunday. Stay safe out there wherever you're at. Stay safe. Go easy on yourself. Go easy on others. And finish big with a heart. Okay, bye, everyone. Happy Sunday. Woohoo!